It's Broadway and Chrissy joining us on the show. We've got Hillary Scott from Lady Antebellum on the phone. Hey, thanks for calling the show.
Absolutely.
The performance on ACM Presents Our Country, What I'm Leaving For, you did that. That performance was from your respective houses, obviously, but how did that work? Did you use your phone to record it, or was there a camera guy at your houses? Can you walk us through the logistics of how that happened?
Yeah, so basically, when we got the call from the ACM that they wanted us to perform, we put our heads together, and thankfully, Dave Haywood, I have to give the game ball to him because he's like, there are these awesome mics that they hook into your phone. They come with a mini little tripod stand. I'm shipping them to your house. So a couple days later, we got these microphones, and they hooked into our phone. We kind of set it up on the tripod, and we were good to go. And so, yeah, we were solo in our respective kind of self-quarantine spaces. And I had, my girls, my 3 daughters were all kind of taking a rest when I did mine, or you wouldn't have been able to hear a word I said. But it was just a really, cool new way of learning this technology and seeing it really connect. And it was definitely an experiment of like, okay, are we going to be able to sync up our audio? We've been singing together for almost 14 years, but are we going to know kind of where we instinctively move? Because obviously the arrangement was different. It wasn't like we were just singing to the track from the record. So it was an experiment, and Dave, he just rocked it. He just figured it out and pieced it together. And then we had our amazing good friend and videographer, Hodges Ussery, put the video together.
Okay.
So it took, it takes a village all the time. And in these times, even as alone together as we all are, we had to really unite and be a team and make it happen.
You're going to be here. You're scheduled. Lady Antebellum is scheduled to be here in Detroit August 22nd. As far as we know, that's a plan that's still happening. Has there been any talk of postponing or canceling shows that far out, like in August? I've heard, and this really freaked me out. I read this morning. I heard that large public gatherings might not really be a thing until like the fall of 2021. And I was like, no, don't say that. That's crazy. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. You know what? We were able to push everything from starting at the end of May to starting now at the beginning of July. And we are moving ahead like that is what's going to happen. And I'm hopeful and I'm truly prayerful that we get to a point in this country that everything stabilizes to where we can resume just live shows and connecting and having these moments that truly bring so much healing in times like this. And so we're moving ahead as of right now, and obviously things are changing here and there, but with everything kicking off for us in July. So I'm going to say that we are going to be there.
Okay, good.
And I'm so hopeful that we will be. And as soon as we know anything, that's the other thing that we've been really trying to be mindful of too, is just like, as soon as we know that something is shifting, is communicating that as quickly as possible, because, it's just, everything's changing, but I'm hopeful that it won't.
Yeah, and it's important, I think, for people to have things to look forward to, even if it's that far out, because, God, can you imagine if they just pulled the plug on the rest of the concert season? Like, for the year, it'd be like, well, what am I going to do? What do I do with myself? Like, that's just depressing to think, so. All right, Hillary Scott from Lady Antebellum, thank you so much for getting up and spending a few minutes with us this morning.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.